Well, I came across this property walking with my two eldest boys. We came across the Gordon Falls. Being explorers, we decided we'd walk up the creek. We came to an unfenced jungle, which happened to be this property. That would have been over 30 years ago. We've been here around 27 years. I used to come up here as a schoolboy for my holidays with my parents, and so I got to know the area to some extent, and I really loved it. When we first arrived, we were a bit overwhelmed. I wanted a private property, my own oasis, a lot of privacy, and I would set about building a botanic garden that hopefully would be something that the community would be proud of and we would be proud of. I had a passion for two things, I suppose. One was to have more space so I could explore my interest in plants and trees. The other was to be close to everything but isolated from people. The shops are very close, and the railway station is probably another 200 metres, but we're totally isolated because our primary neighbour is the National Park. The property's just under 6 acres. It consists of a number of levels or regions, I suppose. It's a pleasant experience, but it's not a massive site. I sought a lot of guidance from the horticulturalists at the Botanic Garden in terms of what the options were. I've employed horticulturalists. I've had two head gardeners. One lasted for 10 years, that he then retired, and the current head gardener's been with me for 14 years. Property was classified as a heritage garden, a Sorensen Heritage Garden. Dr. Haggerty acquired the place in the early 40s, and he commissioned Sorensen, who built a number of the dry stone walls up in the westernmost part of the property, and they're still all here. We then progressed over a period of about 15 years, building on the eastern side of the property a significant number of retaining walls. We've been able to keep the very well-established trees that were planted here between 1900 and 1950, all the really attractive trees. The veggie garden we started off with in the area behind the house, but because we weren't here frequently, we converted that into an open area which we could use for entertainment, and it's been used from time to time by charities to promote their charity and seek support from the community.
If you wanted to be self-sufficient here, the potential is unlimited, really. We've already grown lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, a very healthy beehive that's very active. It's just a matter of spending the time, attending to it, and I think you'll get the rewards.
Well, the first residence, which is on the northern side of the property, we built 7 or 8 years after arriving here, just so that we had a comfortable residence, and we decided we needed something a bit bigger than that if we were going to bring our kids up here or have friends come and spend some time with us. And then the second house we built where the original home was, which was very attractive from our point of view. There hasn't been a bushfire in this area for over 100 years, but we've also provided to protect ourselves. So we've got several thousand litres of water in these dams, and we've got 3 tanks which we can use for fire protection. We've got a bore installed so we'd never run out of water. The whole site is irrigated electronically. That means it looks after the plant life.
My favourite parts of the garden are wherever I can hear running water, and that would mean pretty much all of the garden.
The other parts of the garden that I really enjoy, areas under the Japanese cedars, where I have the sort of Monet illustrative bridge. Below that is a terrace, and I often like sitting down there and reading. And the other area I suppose that I enjoy is where the creek enters the property, and we have the original Wollameyes that were released, and that's just ancient history where we've got a part of it. And I think with the help of our gardeners, we've created a very attractive, cool climate garden.
John is a visionary. As he has been through the course of his working life, so he was in relation to this garden. And this is the product of that vision. The chances of being anywhere else that provides us with that beauty, day in, day out, are very remote.
I put the money that we had aside to create this garden, and we're delighted that we were able to do it.